Welcome to NewsLingo, your trusted source for clear and engaging news updates. The United States has expressed confidence that substantial progress will be made in the upcoming peace talks with Ukraine this week. According to a senior U.S. diplomat, the discussions will primarily focus on intelligence sharing and a possible agreement on critical minerals. The talks are scheduled to take place in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, where key U.S. and Ukrainian officials will meet to negotiate possible pathways toward ending the ongoing war. Steve Witkoff, the U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East, stated that Washington is optimistic about the talks. He will be joined by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, who are set to arrive in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday to meet their Ukrainian counterparts. Speaking to Fox News, Witkoff said, "We're going over there with an expectation that we're going to make substantial progress." He also suggested that the prospects for securing a minerals agreement were looking very, very positive. However, a major point of contention remains. U.S. President Donald Trump has been pressuring Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to agree to a quick ceasefire with Moscow, but without offering any immediate security guarantees for Ukraine. This development comes just days after Trump and Zelensky publicly clashed at the White House, with Trump accusing Zelensky of being unwilling to negotiate an end to the war. Russia's invasion and the current situation in Ukraine. Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, and after 2 years of intense fighting, Moscow now controls approximately 20% of Ukrainian territory. Despite heavy military losses on both sides, the war remains at a deadlock, with neither side making decisive gains. Zelensky has repeatedly emphasized that Ukraine has been seeking peace since the very first moments of the war, and maintains that Russia is the primary reason the conflict continues. However, the Kremlin remains skeptical, with Russian officials questioning whether Ukraine is genuinely willing to engage in meaningful peace talks. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces continue to defend key positions, while Russia has intensified its drone strikes. Over the weekend, a wave of Russian drone attacks killed at least 25 civilians in the eastern Donetsk town of Dobropilya. Additionally, reports indicate that Russian forces are attempting to encircle thousands of Ukrainian soldiers in the Kursk region after recapturing 3 settlements on Sunday. The U.S.-Ukraine negotiations in Saudi Arabia. The upcoming negotiations in Jeddah will cover multiple pressing issues, including security arrangements for Ukraine and territorial concerns. Although Zelensky himself has traveled to Saudi Arabia to meet with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he is not expected to take a direct role in the talks with the American delegation. Instead, Ukraine will be represented by Andriy Yermak, Zelensky's chief of staff, the country's national security advisor, and the ministers of foreign affairs and defense. According to U.S. officials, the intelligence sharing agreement between the two countries will also be a key topic of discussion. While the United States had previously paused certain aspects of intelligence sharing with Ukraine, Trump recently indicated that he has just about lifted that pause. A senior State Department official noted that Ukraine's leadership appears ready to move forward with the ceasefire process that the U.S. has been pushing for. A major minerals deal and security guarantees for Ukraine. Another crucial issue expected to be discussed is the U.S.-Ukraine minerals agreement, which had been derailed in recent weeks due to diplomatic tensions. Reports suggest that Ukraine is offering the United States access to its rare earth mineral reserves in exchange for stronger U.S. security guarantees. This deal could be of significant importance to Washington, as rare earth minerals are critical for the production of advanced technologies, including military equipment, semiconductors, and electric vehicles. Ukrainian MP Oleksiy Goncharenko stated that Zelensky must work to solidify Ukraine's relationship with the U.S. at any cost, while also making it clear what Kyiv's red lines are in any negotiations. He warned that if a deal is made that does not align with Ukraine's core interests, we will just say no. That's all, because it's our army fighting. That Trump's increasing pressure and new threats against Russia. President Trump has continued to apply pressure on both Ukraine and Russia. On Friday, he issued a rare warning of further sanctions against Moscow if a peace deal is not reached. Russia is already heavily sanctioned by the United States and its Western allies, but Trump stated that new measures could be imposed because Russia is absolutely pounding Ukraine on the battlefield right now. At the same time, U.S. officials have been urging Ukraine to make concessions in order to move forward with a peace process. However, Zelensky has pushed back, demanding firm security guarantees for Kyiv and emphasizing that Putin has violated previous ceasefire agreements in the past. The tensions between the two leaders peaked recently when Zelensky reportedly sent Trump a letter expressing apology and gratitude in an effort to repair relations. It remains to be seen whether this will influence Trump's stance in the upcoming talks. The future of U.S. military and intelligence support for Ukraine. The U.S. had paused all military aid to Ukraine following the recent White House dispute, raising concerns about Ukraine's ability to sustain its defense efforts. However, when asked on Sunday whether he would fully restore intelligence sharing with Ukraine, Trump stated, well, we just about have. I mean, we really just about have, and we want to do anything we can to get Ukraine to be serious about getting something done. He provided no further details on what this could mean for future military support. Meanwhile, Ukraine's Ministry of Defense has announced plans to purchase 4.5 million Ukrainian-made drones in 2025 at a cost of more than £2 billion, $2.5 billion USD. This signals Ukraine's efforts to strengthen its defense capabilities despite uncertainty over future U.S. military assistance. Conclusion: what lies ahead? As the Russia-Ukraine war enters another critical phase, the world is watching closely to see whether the U.S.-led peace talks in Saudi Arabia will lead to any concrete breakthroughs. With Ukraine seeking security guarantees, the U.S. aiming to negotiate a ceasefire, and Russia maintaining its offensive, the negotiations in Jeddah could shape the next chapter of this prolonged conflict. For now, Ukraine's leadership remains firm in its demands, while the U.S. continues to apply both pressure and diplomatic incentives to bring all sides closer to a resolution. Whether peace is truly within reach remains to be seen. Stay tuned to NewsLingo for the latest updates on this developing story. If you found this news report informative, please like, share, and subscribe to support our channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next update.